Hi all, this is Sean from Time and Talk. Thought today I'd make a video on the CWC G10 and have a quick discussion about why this watch really should be part of your collection. So here is mine and we'll have a brief discussion about it. It's not really a review as such, just a discussion of the model in general, so you can check out my full review if you're interested. I'll put a link to that. So first of all, why is this a cool watch? So it's an affordable piece. I actually bought this from eBay. I think I paid £62 for it. The prices do seem to be rising, but it's still pretty good value. I mean, £100, £150 for a piece that has quite a lot of good points to it, as I'll go through in this video. But yeah, it's pretty affordable. Second of all, it's an awesome tool watch, beta watch. So this watch I wear, for example, to go to the gym, for doing work around the house, but it's brilliant for that sort of purpose. It's very, very light, it's very, very unintrusive, it's thin, it's something that doesn't draw attention to itself on the wrist, and you don't really feel it on your wrist, and it's brilliant for that sort of purpose as a beta watch. It's not water resistant. I think that's one of its weaknesses. It perhaps could be a little bit more water resistant, but having said that, you know, for those jobs around the house, for going for a run, for wearing as you're working, it's something that you don't really need all that much. Third of all, as an interest to collectors, so here's the case back with the military numbers on it. So in the case of this watch, the first 4 digits represent the MOD stock code. So this is 0552, which is a Royal Navy issued watch. Then there's a 13-digit NATO stock number. So 66 means instruments and lab equipment, and 45 means it's a watch, it's a time measuring instrument. Then there are 9 digits, which are the NATO item identification number. So this starts with 99, which is the UK's code for their country code. And then 5415317 refers to the specific item, which is the CWC G10 quartz watch. The final 2 digits are the year issue code, which in this case is 89, which refers to 1989. And I think this watch punches way above its weight in terms of its interest to collectors. I think of the old Rolex sports models and things like that when I look at this watch because of the tritium dial and things like that. But it could really kind of lead you down a rabbit hole. So there are 4 different iterations of the CWC G10 with various movements, various reasons why you would buy it. The early editions were actually called the Fat Boy because the movement was slightly bigger and you would need a slightly bigger case to contain the movement, hence the Fat Boy. And that reminds me of the Rolex GMT, the Fat Lady, and I find that interesting in that way. In terms of the numbers, you can think, okay, I want one that was issued to the Army, to the Navy, to various branches of the military services, and then it could lead you into a rabbit hole in other ways as well. For example, this watch was issued until 2008, and the current issued watch is a Pulsar G10, so you could decide to collect, you know, all of the iterations of issued watches throughout the years, the Hamiltons, etc. There are also other CWCs that were issued to the Army and to the Navy. For example, a Diver. The Diver's getting pretty expensive nowadays, but I do really love that watch. So there are, you know, if you're a collector, if you really like collecting things, this watch has quite a lot of things to keep you happy on quite a good budget. Another thing is quite clearly the military provenance of the watch. So we've got a watch that was actually used by the military, was issued to soldiers, to people in the Royal Navy, and, you know, for example, if you were to buy a meal sub or something like that, that would cost you thousands and thousands of pounds, but we're talking £100, something that's interesting, that's got some history, that has some historical provenance in terms of the British military. So that's something that some people would really, really love. The military is not really my thing, but I can completely understand why people would like it. Another thing is the simple fact that it's a really, really cool looking watch. I think this watch has got something in common with a lot of the popular watches in that it's something that is a tool for a kind of manly pursuit. You know, you've got the Speedmaster, which is being worn on the moon. You've got the Daytona, which was designed for car racing, and this is another thing, but It's 36mm, really good size. It's got that tritium lume, which is really interesting, takes on a really good patina. This one has got a smashed crystal on either side of the dial, and it's got a really scratched up crystal as well that I've never polywatched out because I just think it looks really cool. It really does remind me of a kind of Rolex sports model, an older one without the outlay, without the financial outlay that I couldn't afford anyway, to be honest. So this has been my very brief discussion of the CWC G10 and my reasons why I feel that it deserves a place in a watch collection. It's a very cool watch. Tell me what you think of it and why you like it. And if you like my channel, please subscribe, and thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.